shift, shape, shift, shape, shift, shape, shape, shift, shift, shape, shift. Let me take you back to the start when I first started shape shifting. After class at school, really wanted me kicked in. There was little D running for his life, with his heartbeat, bumping inside. Morphed into a cheater, them cheats couldn't keep up. 60 miles per hour was the speed, I was G1, going straight into my mother's arms. Even tried to morph into a car, a vase, a shiny gold bar. Even break the hitman heart, but my mama couldn't see it, she just laughed. Giggled to herself, you a crazy boy, get in the bath. And you better scrub harder, the hard to these parts. I was like, nah, I'm a superhero, I'm honest. You should've seen me earlier, running laps on it. The fools couldn't catch me, believe I was on it. Watch me shape shift, argue watching. Let's go back to when I used to shape shift and shift right back before I picked up the mic.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Miami as the Heat take to the hardwood at American Airlines Arena. For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against the Wizards in Washington.
I thought offensively, a lot of what they were doing really worked. But, of course, they found some gaping holes in that defense.
Steve, they had a bunch of success on even the most basic plays they were running. I mean, that was some pretty poor defense there.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup presented by State Farm. Rose and Dang on the floor. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah, they're inside. And it's Carter in at the 2-guard. And for Miami, Dimes, he's in at point guard. Stoudemire out there with Anthony. Then it's Wallace. And it's Wade in at the 2 spot. Now here is Carter. 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And here's Rose outside. And here are the Heat now. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And you guys remember that game. They got to the free throw line repeatedly with their aggressive play. And getting all those easy points at the foul line was the difference.
Lays it in off the breakaway. Rose has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Bulls. Stolen away as they knock away the alley-oop attempt. Right block shot, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Looked like he hit him on the release of that shot, so a good call by the official.
Very easy one there. It sends him to the line for a pair of free throws.
And if your ball handlers and big men Clark can draw contact and sink those free throws, baby, you're all set.
That's always a game within the game, Kevin. Consistently getting to the free throw line and knocking them down.
Stolen by Carter.
And a sloppy stretch for him. Now 2 turnovers in 3 minutes. He's got to focus in and value the ball.
Chicago on D. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And the number of times they were able to get to the foul line, I thought was a big factor. It just seemed like they continued to go to the hole, and it paid off.
And their shooting percentage from the stripe was just as impressive as how many times they got there. I mean, it was a combination of quantity and quality from the line.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I spoke briefly with Eric Spoelstra. He told me that he's hoping to see the other guys frequently bring the ball into the lane against them, saying, quote, "We'll be better off when they try to get it in tight because we have our great shot blockers. They're not going to have any easy looks in the middle." Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. So Clark and Steve, defense, it looks like, coming first for them today.
And while you don't really want to put all of your cookies in one jar, I mean, I think emphasis on defense is the way to go.
Yeah, I'd agree, because if you come out and establish the defense right away, it kind of sets the tone, and you really kind of take control of that game emotionally.
It's stolen. Knocked away. It's stolen by Dang. And so here is Chicago, leading by 5. Oh, that's blocked. The Heat trail by 5. It's stolen by Rose. Wade picks him up. And the ball goes out of play, unable to keep it in. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Look at the Heat. They're looking to lock up the best record of the conference and a #1 seed come playoff time. And, of course, the Bulls, 3 spots below.
You know, I think for Chicago, they've stayed right there near the top of the standings. One of those dangerous teams that can give any team a real tough challenge on any night.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, when you catch them at their best, they're an absolute handful.
Carter dishes to Rose. Dimes is whisked. The Bulls leading by 10. Taking a look at the Bulls, we've got Ronnie Brewer. Dang out there with Carlos Boozer. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Hollins in at the 3 at the 1 spot. And Brewer kicks to Hollins. Dishes it to Boozer. And that one's good. Boozer's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bulls. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Seems like that finger roll just comes naturally to him. Great touch.
Here's Hollins. And here's the fast break. Here's Dye. Oh! Let's see that again on the Sprite Slam Cam.
Yes, indeedy. Boy, I love that one. That's not just any plain dunk. That has some panache to it.
It's an energizer, guys. That is an energizer.
That is, and that will lift the whole team up.
Hollins passes to Boozer. Down low. And it's blocked. The Heat trail by 8. Here's Dimes. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet. He's got 8.
Man, is he hard to defend. When you play him one way, he'll just go the other.
Dishes it to Korver. Here's Hollins. He passes to Korver. And it's Miller picking him up. 5 on the clock. And again, no good by Chicago. And Miami has possession. They trip and slam dunk by Anthony.
Aggressive transition game leads to the easy hoop.
Yeah, I love to see these guys just trampolining to the hoop.
Here's Hollins. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Well, he's had enough of that lackadaisical defense. They've got to help on penetration and deny all of these points in the paint.
Ben Wallace, he's checked in for the Heat. Wade comes in for Armon Johnson. And the Bulls making a change here. Here's Noah. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Utah. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Carlos Boozer. 9 points for Rose. Here's Dimes. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they're making this a game here, putting together a nice run.
Making it a game? How about anybody's game? I mean, they've caught fire, and it's a toss-up right now, guys.
And it's Wade slamming it down.
A superb alley-oop there. Prime time play.
Well, they had that one standing by, just waiting to pull it out.
Well, there's definitely a sense of understanding between those two teammates, that's for sure.
Here's Rose after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Another steal. Here's Dunk. Oh!
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. You can never see too many of those.
Outside Boozer. Dang. Covered by Anthony. Dang kicks to Rose. And again, no good by Chicago.
This game very well could come down to a few.
Oh!
Right on the money with that assist, guys. Great entry pass.
Here is Rose. He's got 9. Now Anthony defending. Poked away. Rose kicks to Carter. Clock at 6. Shot to stop the run. Good. Carter's got 9 points.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Here's Dimes. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Carlos Boozer. .124 left here in the second. Dang dishes to Gibson. They're moving the ball. Outside Rose. Now Noah. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Jacks up a 3. Rose, no good.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Bulls trail by 3. He feeds it to Dang. Over Wallace. And again, Chicago. No good.
Opportunity to go 2 for 1 here if they want it.
Steve, let's see if they go for it.
Wade misses. And here are the Bulls now. It's a 3-point game. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. The Heat making a switch here. Here's Rose. 23 points his last outing. And that one's good by Noah. Noah's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And defensively, you've got to try to keep the ball on the perimeter.
Yeah, he's not going to miss those, not often anyway. The defense has to muscle up and deny him that position to have a chance.
Bulls trail by 3. And here's Carter. He's coming off a 19-point game against Utah.
Smooth defense there. He made it look like the pass was intended for him.
Here's Wade. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
33. The Bulls.
Look at what's on tap for later on tonight. Over at Verizon Center, the Wizards will face off against the Trailblazers. Some East meets West action in that one. 7 p.m. Eastern tip time. And another game that's coming up, the Pacers will square off against the Cavaliers.
Here we go now, the start of the 3rd quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Here's Dimes. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Dimes in at point guard. Ball is out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. And it's Wade slamming it down.
Boy, how about the touch on that pass? Lobbed it up there nice and soft, feathery.
Yeah, looked like it made Steve for a pretty easy catch.
Well, the pass may have been soft, but the dunk was anything but.
Here's Rose. Here's Boozer. And it's Boozer again missing.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
That bucket in no time at all. Now it's a 7-point Heat lead.
This team just looking to run at every opportunity.
Circles around them is what they're doing. I mean, pushing the tempo and really enjoying an advantage there.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far.
really strong performance by them so far on the glass.